Welcome to the Small Business Voice, presented by Jeanette Forney's Allstate Agency, with your hosts, Justin Duncan and Oakdale City Council member Kaylee Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, the show that talks to small business owners about the best ways to practice business in our current day from experienced professionals. We are here every Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon. And this week, we're just talking about two different topics. We're going to talk about the importance of looking the part when you're promoting your business, and 7 steps to selling your small business. We're going to cover that in segments 2 and 3. Kaylee, how you doing today?
Hi, Justin. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well.
I am doing well. And your business, Legally Blonde Marketing, has really stepped up. You have gotten a lot of clients, and you basically hit a grand slam with what you're doing. So why don't you tell us about yourself and your business and enlighten us on everything that's going on?
Hi, I am Kaylee Gilbert. I am your Oakdale City Councilwoman and the owner of Legally Blonde Marketing. We're a full-scale social media marketing agency, and we can also offer you trainings on how to market your business better. One of the things you can expect from me on the Small Business Voice is to keep you up on all the trending topics and events in Oakdale and how to keep your social media up to date.
And that's very important. You help people out with their businesses, bidding on social media. Do you help out with websites too?
I can help work with your website person to make sure that all of your social media is on the website and provide the images and captions on websites.
Congratulations on your business really blowing up, and I'm very happy for you. And I was thinking about it. You and I are pretty good power partners because every business needs marketing, and since you've taken over, the people that come on our show, they've gotten clients, and that's good. So you're doing your job. You're doing excellent. You got a lot going on at 24, but you're doing great. So
Justin, I'll be 25 next month.
Next month, April 1st, April Fool's Day, correct?
April 3rd, but my party's on the
3rd.
1st.
Okay.
Everyone, since I sent out my invitations, everyone keeps saying, is this really a real invitation? And I'm like, my birthday is rodeo week. If I have my birthday the following weekend, no one will come because it's the rodeo.
Yeah, that's going to be a busy weekend.
Justin, I got my rental car yesterday.
Oh, nice. I know.
Do you know what they put me in, Justin?
What?
I almost fainted when I saw the car. They put me in a 2022 Audi, Justin.
Oh,
I asked the lady, I was like, am I supposed to have this car? And she's like, yeah, you have good insurance. And I was like, well, I did myself right by selling me that good policy.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's the important thing to have on your insurance is the car rental insurance.
Yes, and if you have $50 a day, if you have Liberty Mutual or Safeco, if you have $50 a day, you'll walk away with an Audi 2022.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the last time I had to rent a car, I had a Dodge, a Dodge Charger with a Hemi, and boy, that car was fun.
Oh, this car is fun. I thought I was going to get a tiny little car. This car is small, but I was thinking I was going to get a Chevy or something.
Yeah.
I really was questioning the woman, Justin. I was like, are you sure I'm supposed to have this?
See, if it was me, I wouldn't have said anything. I just would have just gotten the keys and gotten the hell out of there. So.
No, and then I made sure to ask them because I drive all day. I'm driving for work. I was like, is there a mileage limit on this? Because the car I was using, I put 900 miles on it in 2 weeks. And she looked at me and she's like, what do you do for work? And I was like, yeah, direct sales.
Well, you deserve it, Kaylee. I mean, you got to
I'll have to come pick you up, Justin.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. I'm ready.
The first time I'll ever drive you.
The first and only time. That'll be fine. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Kaylee Gilbert on the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we're going to cover the importance of looking the part, which Kaylee's doing her part by looking good and driving an Audi around town. And 7 steps to selling your small business. We're going to talk about that in segment 3. So for myself, really quick, I'm also a Legal Shield rep. One of the things I've kind of figured out is people have always said the 2 things for certain in life is death and taxes. And I threw a third one on there, and it's lawyers. We all have to use lawyers at some time or another, and you don't even realize it. It happens at a young age when you start signing contracts. Well, that's all done by lawyers. And people that can't afford lawyers, you have to sign these contracts without really getting any legal advice. And that's why I like Legal Shield, is because for $1 a day, I have attorneys in my back pocket. If I have to sign a contract, I could fax it off or email it off, have them proofread it for me, and they'll let me know if it's good or if there's something in there I need to be aware of. And I like educating people. I like trying to save people money with the member perks, and there's a lot of great stuff. So if you're a consumer, which if you're listening to the show, you're a consumer, there's a lot of member perks in there, and it's a great tool to have. It's something I think you need. It's a necessity more than
It is. It is very much a necessity. And if you have Justin as your guide, he is so helpful. If I have a question, Justin will get back to me with an answer within hours, even though he works another full-time job.
Yeah. Well, and I want to really focus on this business and really get it up there, kind of, blow it up in a way.
Well, that's how doing the insurance business for me, I had to do the insurance business till I got to the point where I could do the marketing full time, and here I am.
Yeah, and you're doing. I'm really impressed with what you're doing, how you're doing it. You got all your ducks lined up, and
so do you, Justin.
Yeah, but it took me a long time to learn. Like I didn't start my business till I was in my mid-40s. It took me a long time. I drove truck for 20 years before I ever decided to get into business.
Yeah, but truck driving is a full-time job. You were doing big business. Literally, Justin, I could never drive a big rig. The entire state of California should never let me drive a big rig. So,
yeah. Well, if you ever want to go on a ride, Kaylee, we're allowed to have riders with us from April till September. So if you ever want to,
we could do a TikTok, Justin. A day in the life of a truck driver.
Yeah, right now I go up to Chico on Monday, and that'd be like a nice, easy trip. It's usually like an 8.5 hour day, and it's
8.5 hours. Oh my!
Yeah, that's my short day.
Every time you say easy day, and then you tell me you've been driving for 8.5 hours, I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, it's you get used to it after a while. I mean, it's the one thing when I went to truck driving school years ago. I was told that truck driving is either something that you're going to love or you're going to hate. And I've had a very blessed truck driving career. Never had to go over the road. Always had local jobs. I got into it when I was 19, and just always been with good companies. And right now I'm with Winco Foods, and they're an excellent company to be with.
Well, so, if I can ever steal you from Winco, you could always come work at A.L. Gilbert.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? We'll talk.
We will,
your dad
Justin.
Has truck drivers too, correct?
My dad, he works in the dispatch office, but he's not a truck driver. My dad's a pretty good driver, but I don't know if maybe he could drive a big rig. I mean, he's good at backing things into the driveway. I can't even back my car into the driveway. I leave it at the beginning of the driveway parked for him to do it.
Well, it's a skill you just have to develop, so it's not too hard.
You know how some people are like not good at math, and like some people aren't good at science? Well, I'm just not good at rear view driving. I also can't parallel park. There's just some things that you just accept that you can't do, and I've accepted those two things.
So you don't drive in San Francisco then?
I do, but I drive around like literally a ton until I can find a spot that I could go into. Sarah, my bestie, she hates when I drive because I will literally park in the farthest spot in the parking lot, and she says we have to hike to get to the store.
Oh, well, so when the three of us met that one time for breakfast over at Cahoots, you actually got really good parking, and you were the last one to get there.
I was running late. Don't you just love how that happened? And it was raining.
I do remember that. You had to park a block away. So
I have never been able to park in that parking lot before. That was my first time. I got really lucky that day. Props to Cahoots for always being busy and having the best food.
Yeah, well, and then and actually we got seated right away, and I think we could have been in and out of there probably in about 45 minutes, but we sat and talked for a little bit too. So
and I was 15 minutes late, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about the importance of looking the part for your small business. We can cover that. There's a lot to talk about with that because Kaylee and I work with handymen, painters, and looking their part, is not like for us. I have branded clothing. Kaylee wears pink, and we really focus on our appearance when we're trying to sell ourselves.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so connect with your host, like, share, and follow on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. If you need to get a hold of Kaylee, how can people find you?
Give me a call at 209-493-8497 or Legally Blonde of Marketing on all social media.
And I want to thank Jeanette Forney's Allstate Agency for sponsoring our show. If you need to get a hold of Jeanette, if you need a quote or have somebody look at your policy, call Jeanette at 209-667-2222. So she'll look over your policy, and chances are she can probably save you money. She did with me, so very happy with Jeanette's service, and want to thank Jeanette for sponsoring the show. So the importance of looking the part. And when I first joined Gold Star back in 2017, I didn't really look the part. What I did was I wore maybe slacks and a collared shirt. And in 2018, when I started my business and decided to, really promote myself, is when I started wearing slacks and button-down shirts and ties and just trying to look the part as best I could. And a lot of people took me more seriously when I did that. And we had a guest on not too long ago. Her name's Kathy Corlin, and she's a tax guru, and she talked about how her and her friends were on a business trip, and they went into a restaurant, and they didn't really. They were very, very casual, and they didn't really get the attention. Nobody really paid attention to them, so it took them a while to get seated. They didn't really get the best service at this restaurant. So the next day they went back to the same restaurant, and they were dressed in their business attire, and they looked more professional, and they got seated faster. They got served faster. They were treated with more respect. And that whole experience was a lot different from the previous night because they were looking like business people, looking the part. So people take notice whether you think so or not. They
really do.
Yeah, they check out how you're dressed.
And the younger you are, the better you have to be dressed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think it goes twofold. I mean, even a lot of people my age, don't really focus on that. I mean, not in Gold Star, but I'm talking about outside, outside of Gold Star. Like it's not.
I'm picky, Justin. Have you ever, besides like when we're going on our, what are the scooters that we went on? Not scooters, the quads.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah, the
in
quad.
high heels almost every time you see me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the exception, but we had to get dirty that day. So,
Yeah.
so, and then when we were at the studio the one time, I had my shirt out. It was not tucked in, and Kaylee forced me to tuck in my shirt. So I've
I'm
been doing that ever
very,
since.
very, very picky about dressing. See, I'm my own employer right now, but I don't if I have to hire someone on, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't when I go to my clients, I wear pink, I'm in heels, I'm
Uh,
dressed up nice, and I don't if I was to hire someone, they would have to reflect me and the brand. So, I don't even
well,
know if
so
it's legal to tell someone that they have to wear pink.
well, if it's a guy, you can tell him that he needs to wear a salmon color shirt.
Salmon color. Oh, that's a good idea.
So, so this article is from "Look the Part: Why Appearance Matters in Business." This is from I can't find them. MarcusLemonis.com. And let's see. Do you look the
Mary
part?
Matthews from Gold Star always says that if you're going to a networking meeting, you're going to go meet with a client, you're going to meet with anyone that you're going to take their money, you should not be doing it in sweatpants or fuzzy slippers.
Yeah. So why appearance matters in business. Number one, your employees should look professional when they're interacting with customers. Number two, if you are selling a service, your employees should be wearing uniforms or something to identify your company or your brand. And number three, if you own a store, your employees should dress in outfits that reflect the brand style. So if you go into, like Rayleigh's, for instance, or Winco,
Or In-N-Out Burger.
yeah, they have a brand. Like, okay, In-N-Out Burger's a good one because everybody's dressed
And
in
the
all
little
white.
hats.
And they have the hats.
The red
and,
apron.
Yeah, so if somebody approaches you at the drive-thru wanting to take your order, if they don't have that on, chances are they're not there to take your order. Chances are they're there to rob you. And that's the
Could you
importance of
imagine
having
getting
that.
robbed in the In-N-Out drive-thru?
Yeah, that would suck. But that's the importance of the brand awareness. So if somebody approaches you, you know that they're working for In-N-Out Burger, they're there to take your order. And
I would love to give like a great local example of
okay,
a real estate agent. So Jessica Barrios, my best friend Olivia Becerra, she works for Jessica or works under Jessica doing real estate. It's her broker. And
okay,
Jessica is always in red. And she's not in like red t-shirt. She's in a red dress, like looking like a 10 in her Louis Vuitton high heels. And I always try to like mention Jessica to other people at events because, my best friend's working for her brokerage. And sometimes when they don't know her name, I'll say, the broker from Modesto that's always in red. And they automatically know who I'm talking about because Jessica's always in red because that's her brand. And I can literally just tell people the real estate broker from Modesto who's always in red, and they'll know it's her.
yeah. She's got a billboard on 99, and I believe she's wearing red in that too. And that's actually a great color because that's a color that tells people like it brings attention to her.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I've noticed that. So that's great branding. That gets people to remember, who she is, and if you're looking to buy or sell a home, and you see that billboard or you see the red catches your eye, you're more likely to contact that person.
And
because
all
you're
the
aware of
girls
their brand.
and all the people in her brokerage are dressed to the T, just like her.
Okay. Yeah, red's a more manly color than pink. So, but like I said, you just say salmon, and that's a better way of saying pink when you hire people.
Salmon.
So you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kaylee Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, and we were talking about the importance of looking the part for your business. And I, I take my business very seriously, and I invested in buying, small business voice shirts for myself, for my business, to reflect my brand. And it just makes me feel more professional. It makes me take myself more seriously too. So there's a benefit to wearing these clothes, just to kind of put yourself in the right mindset when you're going out there to talk to people. So my colors are red, white, and blue. I have very, very patriotic colors.
And
so
Justin is always in a small business voice shirt. He's never not in a small business voice shirt. And he always has a pair of cargo pants on as well. So he's always dressed up where he looks professional.
See, I love the cargo pants because I like the pockets.
He likes the pockets. I'm trying to switch him to khakis. It's been a slow process, but we're going to get there, okay? Yeah, but he likes the pockets. What a dad thing to say, Justin. The pockets.
But I have places to put my phone. So I put my wallet in my front pocket. I've always done that because I don't like to. If I'm driving around and I'm sitting on my wallet, it messes up your back. So I've always put my wallet in my front pocket. I got my key.
Yeah, you're sitting down driving, so that could make a huge difference. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, and the demographic of our show is mostly males listeners, so they're probably all agreeing with you, Justin, and thinking I'm crazy for trying to get you to switch to khakis.
Well, if khakis had extra pockets, a lot of they're making a lot of pants now with cell phone pockets. So that's
well,
good.
They haven't hit girl jeans with those. Let me tell you, I barely get half an inch for a pocket in my jeans.
Yeah, but
I think they think I only need it big enough for a lip gloss container.
But I see a lot of women put their phones in their back pocket, and they walk around like that.
I do too, but
okay.
Sometimes I do. Before marketing, my phone was always in my back pocket, and now my phone's literally in my hand. Yeah, I could have my phone in my hand and 15 other things and not even notice that my phone's there.
Yeah, see, I worry about sitting on my phone, so that's why I don't like putting it in my back pocket.
I sit on my phone all the time.
Yeah, but I weigh 300 pounds, and you're a lot less than I am.
Okay, Justin, and you are also a lot taller than me. I'm only 5'1".
Yeah, but if you sit on your phone, it's really not going to matter. I worry about mine. So, if you own a business, you might want to ask yourself, do you look the part? And that's what we're talking about today. Like for shoes, I like Skechers, and you can find Skechers. They're comfortable, and to me, they look like dress shoes. Kayla's going to probably tell me something.
I'm totally disagreeing with him.
Yeah,
no Skechers. You should go to Macy's, Even Famous Footwear. Go get yourself a nice pair of dress shoes that you can wear. You need a pair of black if you're a guy and a pair of brown if you're a man. And if you're a girl, in my opinion, I think you should be wearing high heels. But not everyone will agree with me, and everyone has opinions. So if you don't agree with me, I'm sorry. But my opinion is we should be wearing heels.
So is that hard on the back, or is it hard to even walk on those? Or,
I get used to them, and I can, I try the shoes on. You can tell if a pair of shoes is going to be comfortable or not by walking in the store around them. And once you've gotten used to heels, they don't hurt your feet.
Oh, okay. Because it's like walking on your tiptoes all the time, huh?
I don't wear really, some of my shoes are like thin heels, but not too many. But even when I wear a pair of Vans the first couple days, they hurt my feet because you have to get them broken in.
Yeah.
I have some heels that I could literally run in because they're so broken in.
Oh, wow. So you're listening to The Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kaylee Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. I want to thank Jeanette Forney for sponsoring our show. She is amazing. She has an office in Turlock. Jeanette Forney's Allstate Agency. give her a call, have her look at your policy, 209-667-2222. And like I said, she saved me a lot of money, and very, very happy with her service. And I just want to thank Jeanette for sponsoring the show. This next segment, we're going to be talking about 7 steps to selling your small business. And this, I was thinking more about retirement, but this is off of Investopedia.com. And like number 1 is reasons for the sale. So there can be a lot of reasons. But I think when you decide to sell a business, you're pretty much just ready to walk away from it. Let's see. So you decide to sell your small business. One of the first questions a potential buyer will ask is retirement, partnership disputes, if you're doing it for an illness or a death, if you're becoming overworked, or boredom. Those are, I guess, the top 5 reasons for selling a business. What do you think, Kaylee?
Yeah, the first one that came to mind was, instead of retirement, was you got sick and you couldn't maintain the business anymore, so you needed to sell. Yeah, because that happens a lot. People will get cancer and they'll be the only owner, and their children won't want to take over. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of successful businesses where the kids or the grandkids didn't want anything to do with it, and it was just sold. We have some local businesses that actually did that. There was like a blueberry farm in Waterford somewhere, and I guess they decided to sell because their grandkids didn't want any part of it. Ridgeways, I think Ridgeways sold because none of the family wanted Ridgeways, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I miss Ridgeways. That was an excellent restaurant.
I liked Ridgeways. I worked there, but I really, really like the new restaurant that went inside there. But I like Instagram-worthy food.
This article says some owners consider selling the business when it's not profitable, but this can make it harder to attract buyers.
Oh, yes, this could make it hard.
Yeah, they're going to want to see the numbers and everything like that. So consider the business's ability to sell, its readiness, and your timing.
Could you imagine how hard it could have been for businesses who, after COVID, they just really needed to sell, and then people were asking to see their sales receipts from the COVID years, and they were just down when 5 years ago they were sky high?
Oh, yeah. That was a brutal time. I was very fortunate because I was an essential worker, and I was able to put my business on hold at the time. And I just, I was able to focus a lot on just working, and I had that option.
I was blessed, and I had my insurance license then. So I was working full-time during the pandemic.
Nice. Yeah, so we were both blessed to be doing it. That's got to be hard. I mean, I think we're back to normal now, so things are kind of getting back to the way it was. So that's good. So number 2, timing of the sale. Prepare for the sale as early as possible, preferably a year or 2 ahead of time. The preparation will help you improve your financial records, business structure, and customer base to make the business more profitable. And these improvements will help ease the transition for the buyer and keep the business running smoothly. So what are your thoughts, Kaylee?
Yeah, because if you think about it, when you're selling, they're going to want to see your business receipts for the last 2 years. So you're going to want to know, like, okay, I plan on selling in 2 years. I need to really track on how well we're doing business because I want to be able to sell this for a good chunk of change.
Yeah. Yeah, and you want to show that your business is viable too.
And you don't want to sell your business in a rush either, because I've noticed with anything that I'm going fast with, if I'm going fast, I'm always missing at least one step, and I'm not getting what's worth my while in the end. Yeah.
We've had Stu Gilman on in the past too, and Stu Gilman works for Transworld Financial Advisors, and they help with that too. So I want to give Stu a plug. Stu's always been a great supporter of our show. Number 4, and talking about Stu and Transworld Advisors, should you use a broker? Selling a business yourself allows you to save money and avoid paying a broker's commission. It's also the best route when the sale is to a trusted family member or current employee.
This one is so funny to me, Justin.
Yeah, well, so I think I'd rather use a broker.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Because there's a lot that can go wrong. I mean, it says right there, if you're selling to a trusted family, well, usually when there's money involved, that trusted part kind of goes out the window.
Yes.
I hate to say that.
Well, would you try to sell your house on your own? Why would you try to sell your business on your own?
Exactly. I agree with you. That's an excellent statement. You're not going to sell your house on your own, so you might as well, not sell your business on your own. I agree with that 100%.
Your home and your business are the two most important things in your life, besides your family and your whatever religion you are. So you want to make sure that the selling process goes smoothly and there's no problems and all the contracts are in line, because guess what? If the contracts aren't in line, they're going to have to call you up, Justin, later crying because they need legal shield.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, the word of the day is smoothly. I like that word.
I do too.
All right. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Kaylee Gilbert on the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we were talking about 7 steps to selling your small business. And number 5 is a very important one, preparing documents. And this is why I think also you need to have somebody step in and help you with selling or buying a business, because you need to gather all your financial statements and tax returns dating back 3 or 4 years and review them with an accountant. In addition, develop a list of equipment that's being sold with the business. Create a list of contacts related to sales transactions and supplies, and dig up any relevant paperwork such as your current lease. Create copies for the documents to distribute to financially qualified potential buyers.
It sounds like you need a broker at this point.
Yeah, I would agree, because that right here, reading number 5 just gave me a big migraine.
Yes, I was like,
Yeah, it's like, oh man, it's not something. It's like buying a house. You have all that paperwork to sign, and it's when you buy your first house, Kaylee, you're going to see, which is going to be really soon.
I hang out with all these real estate agents. I can only imagine the paperwork.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a small novel, and you probably sign. It seems like about 30 to 50 pages you're signing.
Because your home is supposed to be like the biggest purchase you make in your life.
Yeah.
Well, for most people.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, it's an asset. It's usually people's biggest asset is their home. So anyway, number 6 is finding a buyer. So a business sale may take between 6 months and 2 years, according to SCORE, a nonprofit association for entrepreneurs and partners of the U.S. Small Business Administration.
Maybe this is why you're supposed to start planning to sell your business 2 years in advance.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems like a big headache. Again, going back, I think you would need a broker. There's a lot of steps here. I mean, these are 6 big steps. Number 7 is handling the profits. And if you're selling your business for retirement purposes, you're going to want to make sure you handle those profits properly. So it says take some time, at least a few months, before spending the profits from the sale. Create a plan outlining your financial goals. Learn about any tax consequences associated with sudden wealth. Speak with a financial professional or to determine how you want to invest the money and focus on long-term benefits, such as getting out of debt and saving for retirement. What do you think, Kaylee?
I think you just need a broker.
Yeah, and then you can call my CPA, Michelle Gallagher, over at Gallagher Gatewood, if you're selling a business, and she can help you with all that stuff too. She's amazing. I've used Michelle for the last 4 years, I want to say, since 2018. I met her back in 2017, and she's been my tax person ever since. So, and she's really busy right now because it's tax season. So, so anyway, that's 7 ways. That is from Investopedia.com, and 7 steps on selling your business. So that's pretty interesting. I would call, if I were to sell my business, the first person I would call is Stu Gilman, Transworld Advisors. Stu's amazing. He's got a whole team of people in there that can help you with that. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Kaylee Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Welcome to our community corner. We're going to cover some local events going on pretty soon. So we always have Gold Star Referrals Clubs going on. We have 13 clubs all the way up to Stockton, down to Turlock, over to Tracy, and one in Riverbank. But anyway, we're working on opening up some new clubs. So if you're a business owner that wants to get involved, maybe wants to start their own club, call Mary Matthews at 209-602-7028. She can give you information on Gold Star. We also have Cinco de Breakfast coming up, and that's going to be May 5th. And that's going to be at the Veterans Center on Coffee Road. And that's actually going to be on a Friday, May 5th. So it's actually going to be on Cinco de Mayo Day. So that's always a fun event. We shut down for the week, and we probably have about an average of 200 entrepreneurs and small business owners there. And you get to meet everybody. You get to talk to a lot of people. We have different booths around. We give out prizes. We also have our 50-50, which gets up pretty high when you have 200 people there. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fun event. And my first one was a speed networking event in November of 2017. And I saw a lot of people in there. And I'll be honest with you, I got really nervous. I'm naturally an introvert, and I almost didn't go in. That's how kind of intimidated I was at the time. But I went in, and I just had a blast. There's a lot of people there, and people want to meet you. So if you're like me, where you're thinking it's just too many, my advice to you is just relax, go in, have fun, have breakfast, and get to know people. And it's really going to help your business. It'll make a big difference for you. So, and that's going to be May 5th at the Veterans Center, and we'll have more information with tickets on Small Business Voice Media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and TikTok. So we'll keep you up to date there. So we also have the Holistic Chamber of Commerce. They meet the third Wednesday of each month at the Round Table Pizza, 3848 McHenry Avenue. We have Turlock Young Professionals. They gather the fourth Thursday of each month at the Grand Cru at the Main Street in Turlock. We have Turlock Chamber of Commerce. They have their mixers the third Tuesday of each month, hosted by different businesses within the Turlock community. You can follow them on Instagram at Turlock Chamber of Commerce. And from what I hear, I haven't been there yet, but that's actually an excellent place to go to meet young professionals again, or not young professionals, but just business owners in Turlock. And Turlock is a very well-connected town. So I used to live there. I love living there. So I kind of miss living there, actually. So, and then we also have the Oakdale Rodeo coming up. That's a big deal for Oakdale. That's a big week. And I believe the first weekend in April is the parade, and then the second week is the rodeo, I believe. So don't quote me on that, but Oakdale's getting ready to gear up and have a lot of events, and Oakdale always has something going on. So I should be there that day. So come out, you can meet Kaylee, and she's very involved in Oakdale, and it'll be a fun weekend. Those are the events. Kaylee, I hope you're feeling better. We will talk to you soon. And I just want to thank everybody for listening. For any updates, go to our social media. You can message me, smallbusinessvoicemedia@gmail.com. Be sure to leave a comment on our Facebook page, Small Business Voice Media, and check out our website, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com, and email us at smallbusinessvoicemedia@gmail.com. If you have any questions, or if you want to have any things you want to ask us, you can find Kaylee, Legally Blonde Marketing, on social media. She's very She's knocked it out of the park, man. Kaylee is awesome. So anyway, it's easy to get a hold of us. So if you have any questions or comments, go to our social media pages. And we just want to thank you for your support. And I'm Justin Dunn with the Small Business Voice. We're here to give small businesses a big voice, and want to thank you for listening each week. Now, let's take care of business.
My stride.